The 3 ways to be a man can be very simplified or very complicated. And we're going to delve into the more complicated, intricate side of what it takes to actually be a man of value. What does it mean to take responsibility? What does it mean to carry the heaviest load of your life? And there's so much detail infused inside the idea of what it takes to be a man. The 3 points that I want to go over are: grow teeth, into the darkest forest, and carrying the heaviest load. You might not understand what these 3 points mean, but you'll see the later you watch into this video. The first point is growing teeth. You say, I've written here that people may say that those who are incapable of cruelty are higher moral beings than those who are capable of cruelty. And cruelty, as in, obviously we know, being rude, being terrible to other people. And not even rude, like, cruel has such a wide definition to it. So we think that those who are unable to be cruel are higher moral beings than those who are able to be cruel. But I would say that this is incorrect. Dangerously incorrect. Because if you are incapable of cruelty, you are a victim to those who are capable of cruelty. That's what you become if you're unable to be cruel. So it's impossible to respect yourself unless you grow teeth. Because if you grow teeth, you might believe that you are seriously dangerous. And if you are dangerous, you are more likely to demand yourself for respect, and to also hope others do so for you as well. This doesn't mean that being cruel is better than not being cruel. This means that being able to be cruel and not being cruel is better than not being able to be cruel at all. This is because in the first case you're nothing but weak and naive. In the second case, you're dangerous, but you have it under control. Now, moving on to the second point, into the darkest forest. I want to start off with a story. There's an old story from King Arthur where the knights and him are set out to look for the Holy Grail, and this Holy Grail was either the cup from which Christ drank at the Last Supper, or the cup which he bled into when he was crucified, and the stories vary. But it was a holy object, like the phoenix. It was an object of transformation. So King Arthur and the knights at the round table, because they're all of equal value, somewhat equal value to each other, they set out to look for this valuable thing. Now, the question you may ask is like, where do you look for the most valuable thing when you don't know where to look? Well, King Arthur and the knights then look into the forest, and they enter the forest to the point where it is most darkest to him. And an important lesson can be taken from this for the development of your personality and your characteristics as an individual. It's accustomed that the pathway to wisdom is exactly where you don't want to look, because that's where you've hidden it. The abilities in you to be a man and the personality traits associated with that to do so are underdeveloped in the majority of young men, because they refuse to face it, or rather they find it too difficult to face it, which in that case dooms them and their ability to be responsible in the future. Now, you can understand the sense of importance that comes from facing what it is that is darkest to you, because the path of wisdom is that way. We all want to be motivational speakers, we all want to be somewhat inspirational, but you don't get that. You don't get that without walking the path of wisdom, which is the path that you have hidden because you refuse to look at the things that you need to look at. The third point is carrying the heaviest load. So I've got another story to start this off, and it's the story of Sisyphus in Greek mythology. So the story shows the smartest human alive. he had outsmarted the gods on multiple occasions. The gods did not take to this very well. They refused to believe a mere human was smarter than them. The Greek gods then decided to punish Sisyphus. The Greek gods were renowned for their punishment, so they told Sisyphus to carry a boulder up this hill. And when he reached the top, the boulder would then roll back down and he would have to roll it up again. Sisyphus reluctantly agreed and began rolling the boulder up the hill. However, he decided to fool the gods one last time. He rolled the boulder up the hill, and he did so with a smile. The importance of this is that the meaning of life is derived from the ability to find the heaviest load in your life and then to carry it with a smile. As a man, you have to adopt responsibility, and what would be a bigger responsibility than carrying the heaviest load that exists in the structure of your life that you have created? What is more responsible than doing that? Whatever it may be, within your own responsibilities and your own structures, whatever it may be that is the heaviest load. It's the entire entrepreneur's talk about eating the frog. It's about doing the hardest task first thing in the morning. It's about carrying the heaviest load with a smile on your face. That's what matters. That's what's truly important about being a man. That's how you be a man. That's how you gain the characteristics, the personality, the experiences of being a man. And that's my definition of it. Hopefully that was of value to you. And by the way, I got new Crocs. Isn't it so cool? Like, they're cream colored, and I just thought, like, this is gonna work with every fucking fit. I'm gonna look amazing. This makes me like 10 times sexier, don't you think? Thank you all for watching, man. If you're new, click on the subscribe and the post notifications so you can see more videos like this, where I can go into a bit more detail about like the philosophy of what it's like to live life. Thank you for watching, man.